Scene 13, the Queen's bedchamber. Enter Queen and Polonius.
He will come straight. Look you lay home to him. Tell him his pranks have been too broad to bear with, and that your grace—
Mother! Mother! Mother!
I'll warrant you. Fear me not. Withdraw. I hear him coming.
Polonius goes behind the arras. Enter Hamlet.
Hamlet, thou hast thy father much offended.
Mother, you have my father much offended.
Oh, come, come. You answer with an idle tongue.
Go, go, you question with a wicked tongue. You are the queen, your husband's brother's wife, and were it not so, you are my mother.
Nay, then, I'll set those to you that speak.
You go not, till I set you up a glass where you may see the most innermost part of you.
What wilt thou do? Thou wilt not murder me? Help! Help thou!
What? Ho! Help! Help! Help!
How now? A rat? Dead for a ducat! Dead!
Draws. Makes a pass through the arras.
Oh, I am slain.
Falls and dies.
What hast thou done?
Nay, I know not. Is it the king?
Oh, what a rash and bloody deed is this!
A bloody deed! Almost as bad, good mother, as kill a king and marry with his brother.
As kill a king?
Aye, lady, 'twas my word. Oh, leave wringing of your hands, peace! Sit you down and let me wring your heart, for so I shall, if it not be made of penetrable stuff. Look here, upon this picture and this, the counterfeit presentment of two brothers. See what a grace was seated on this brow. Hyperion's curls, the font of Jove himself, an eye like Mars to threaten and command, a station like the herald Mercury, newly lighted on a heaven-kissing hill, a combination and a form indeed, where every god did seem to set his seal to give the world assurance of a man. This was your husband. Look you what now follows. Here is your husband, like a mildewed ear blasting his wholesome brother. Have you eyes? Could you on this fair mountain leave to feed and batten on this moor?
Oh, Hamlet, speak no more. These words like daggers enter mine ears. No more, sweet Hamlet.
A murderer and a villain.
No more.
A king of shreds and patches.
Enter Ghost.
Save and hover over me with your wings, you heavenly guards. What would your gracious figure?
Do not forget, this visitation is but to whet thy almost blunted purpose. But look, amazement on thy mother sits. Oh, step between her and her fighting soul. Speak to her, Hamlet.
How is it with you, lady?
Alas, how is it with you, that you do bend your eye on vacancy, and with the incorporeal air do hold discourse? Whereon do you look?
On him! On him! Look you, how pale he glares! Do you see nothing there?
Nothing at all.
No, did you nothing hear?
No, nothing but ourselves.
Why, look you there! Look how it steals away! It's my father! In his habit as he lived, look where he goes, even now, out at the portal!
Oh, this
Exit
is
Ghost.
the very coinage of your brain. This bodiless creation, ecstasy, is very cunning in your—
Ecstasy! My pulse as yours doth temperately keep time, and makes as beautiful music. It is not madness that I have uttered. Bring me to the test, and I the matter will reword which madness would gamble from. Mother, for love of grace, lay not that flattering unction to your soul, that not your trespass, but my madness speaks. It will but skin and film the ulcerous place, while rank corruption, miring all within, infects unseen. Confess yourself to heaven. Repent what's past. Avoid what is to come, and do not spread compost on the weeds to make them ranker.
Oh, Hamlet, thou hast cleft my heart in twain.
I'll throw away the worser part of it, and live the purer with the other half. Go not to mine uncle's bed. Assume a virtue if you have it not. Refrain tonight, and that shall lend a kind of easiness to the next abstinence. The next more easy for use can almost change the stamp of nature, and either curb the devil or throw him out with wondrous potency. One word more, good lady. Let not the bloat king tempt you again to bed, and pinch wanton on your cheek, call you his mouse, and let him for a pair of reachy kisses, or patting on your neck with his damned fingers, make you to ravel all this matter out, that I am essentially not in madness, but mad in craft. 'Twere good you let him know. For who that's but a queen, fair, sober, wise, would from a paddock, from a bat, a jib, such dear concernings hide? Who would do so? No, in despite of sense and secrecy, unpeg the basket on the house's top. Let the birds fly, and, like the famous ape to try conclusions, in the basket creep and break your neck down.
Be thou assured, if words be made of breath, and breath of life, I have no life to breathe what thou hast said to me.
I must to England, you know that.
Alack, I had forgot. 'Tis so concluded.
I'll lug the guts into the neighbor room. Indeed, this counselor is now most still, most secret, and most grave, who was in life a foolish, prating knave. Come, sir, to draw an end with you. Good night, mother.
Exit Hamlet, dragging out Polonius. Scene 14. A room in the castle. Enter King. A noise within.
Alack! What noise is this?
Enter a gentleman.
What is the matter?
Save yourself, my lord. Young Laertes in a riotous head overbears your offices. The rabble call him lord. They cry, choose we, Laertes shall be king. Caps, hands, and tongues applauded to the clouds. Laertes shall be king. Laertes king.
A noise within.
The doors are broke!
Enter Laertes, armed. Danes following.
Where is this king? Sir, stand you all without. I pray you, give me leave.
They retire without the door.
I thank you. Keep the door. Oh, thou vile king, give me my father!
Calmly, good Laertes.
That drop of blood that's calm proclaims me bastard, cries cuckold to my father, brands the harlot, even here between the chaste, unsmirched brow of my true mother!
What is the cause, Laertes, that thy rebellion looks so giant-like?
Where is my father?
Dead.
How can he be dead? I'll not be juggled with. To hell allegiance, vows to the blackest devil. I dare damnation, only I'll be revenged most thoroughly for my father!
Why, now you speak like a good child and a true gentleman. That I am guiltless of your father's death, and am most sensibly in a grief for it. It shall as level to your judgment pierce, as day does to your eye. For he which hath your noble father slain pursued my life.
So then tell me why you have proceeded not against these feats, so crimeful and capital in nature.
Oh, for two special reasons, which may to you perhaps seem much unsinewed, but yet to me they are strong. The queen, his mother, lives almost by his looks. The other motive why to a public court I might not go is the great love the general gender bear him, who dipping all his faults in their affection, would, like the spring that turneth wood to stone, convert his gyves to graces, so that my arrows, too slightly timbered for so loud a wind, would have reverted to my bow again, and not where I had aimed them.
Huddle. What noise is that?
Re-enter Ophelia.
He dry up my brains. He is 7 times salt burn out the sense of the virtue of mine eye. By heaven, the madness shall be paid by. Wait till our scale turn to the beam. O Rose of May, dear May, kind sister, sweet Ophelia. Oh heavens, is it possible a young maid's wit should be as moral or as an old man's life. Nature is fine in love, and whereas 'tis fine, it sends some precious instant of itself after the thing it loves.
They bore him barefaced on the bier, hey nani, hey nani, and in his grave many a tear. Fare you well, my dove. There's rosemary, that's for remembrance. Pray, love, remember. There is pansies, that's for thoughts.
Document in madness thoughts and remembrance fitted.
There's fennel for you, and columbines. There's rue for you. And here's some for me. We may call it Herb Grace a Sundays. Oh, you must wear your rue with a difference. There's a daisy. I would give you some violets, but they withered all when my father died. They say he made a good end.
Thoughts and affliction, passion, hell itself, she turns to favor and to prettiness.
And will he not come again? And will he not come again? No. No, he is dead. Go to thy deathbed. He never will come again. His beard was as white as snow. All flaxen was his poll. He is gone, and we cast away moan. Oh, God, have mercy on his soul. And of all Christian souls, I pray God be with you.
Exit Ophelia.
And so have I a noble father lost, a sister driven into desperate terms, but my revenge will come.
If it be so, Laertes, and how should it be so, how otherwise? Will you be ruled by me?
Aye, my lord. So you will not all rule me to a peace.
To thine own peace. I will work him, to exploit, now ripen my device, under the which he shall not choose but fall, and for his death no wind shall breathe, but even his mother shall uncharge the practice and call it an accident.
My lord, I will be ruled the rather if you could devise it that I might be the organ.
It falls right. You have been talked of since your travel much, and that in Hamlet's hearing for a quality, wherein they say you shine. Your sum of parts did not together pluck such envy from him as did that one.
What part is that, my lord?
For art and exercise in your defense, and for your rapier most especially. 'Twould be a sight indeed if one could match you. So this report did Hamlet so envenom with his envy that he could nothing do but wish and beg your sudden coming o'er to play with him.
What out of this, my lord?
Good Laertes, keep close within your chamber. Hamlet soon shall know you are come home. We'll bring you in fine together and wager on your heads. He, being remiss, most generous, and free from all contriving, will not peruse the foils, so that with ease or with a little shuffling you may choose a sword unabated, and in a passive practice requite him for your father.
I will do it. And for that purpose I'll anoint my sword. I bought an action of mountebank, so mortal, that but dip a knife in it, where it draws blood, no cataplasm so rare, collected from all simples that have virtue under the moon, can save the thing from death, but it's but scratched withal. touch my point with its contagion. And if I gall him slightly,
When in your motion you are hot and dry, as make your bouts more violent to that end, and that he calls for a drink, I have prepared him a chalice for the nonce, whereon but sipping, if he by chance escape your venom stuck, our purpose may hold there.
Enter Queen.
How now, sweet queen?
One woe doth tread upon another's heels so fast. Your sister's drowned, Laertes.
drowned. Where?
There's a willow grows aslant a brook that shows his hoarfrost leaves in the glassy stream. There with fantastic garlands did she come of crowflowers, nettles, daisies, and long purples that liberal shepherds give a grosser name. But our cold maids do dead men's fingers call them. There, on the pendant boughs, her coronet weeds, clamoring to hang, an envious sliver broke, when down her weedy trophies and herself fell into the weeping brook. Her clothes spread wide, and mermaid-like, awhile they bore her up, which time she chanted snatches of old tunes as one incapable of her own distress, or like a creature native and endued unto that element. But long it could not be till her garments, heavy with their drink, pulled the poor wretch from her melodious lay to her muddy death.
Alas, and she is drowned?
Drowned, drowned.
Too much of water hast thou, poor Ophelia, and therefore I forbid my tears. Adieu, my lord, I have speech of fire and faint with a blaze, but that this folly doubts it.
Exit.
Let's follow, Gertrude. How much I had to do to calm his rage. Now fear I this will give it start again. Therefore, let's follow.
Exit. Scene 15, a churchyard. A gravedigger singing while at his work. Enter Hamlet and Horatio.
In youth when I did love, methought it was very sweet to contract, the time for my behove, methought there was nothing meet, but age with his stealing steps hath clawed me in his clutch, and hath shipped me into the land, as if I had never seen much. A pickaxe and a spade, for end a shrouding sheet, a pit of clay for to be made, for such a guest to meet.
Throws up a skull.
I will speak to this fellow. Whose grave's this, sirrah?
Mine, sir.
I think it be thine indeed, for thou liest in it.
You lie out on't, sir, and therefore it is not yours. For my part, I do not lie in, and yet it is mine. 'Tis a quick lie, sir, till way gain from me to you.
What man dost thou dig it for?
For no man, sir.
What woman then?
For none neither.
Who is to be buried in't?
One that was a woman, sir, but rest her soul, she's dead.
How absolute the knave is. How long hast thou been a grave maker?
Of all the days of the year, I came to it that day when our last King Hamlet overcame Fortinbras.
How long is that since?
Cannot you tell that? Every fool can tell that. It was the very day that young Hamlet was born, he that is mad and sent into England.
Aye, marry, why was he sent into England?
Why, because he was mad. He shall recover his wits there, or, if he do not, it's no great matter there.
Why?
'Twill not be seen in him there. There the men are as mad as he. I have been sexton here, man and boy, 30 years. Here's a skull now. This skull has lain in the earth 23 years.
Whose was it?
Pestilence on him for a mad rogue. I poured a flagon of Rhenish on my head once. This same skull, sir, was Yorick's skull, the king's jester.
Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio. He's a fellow of infinite jest and most excellent fancy. He hath borne me on his back 1,000 times, and now how abhorred in my imagination it is. My gorge rises at it. Here hung those lips that I kissed I know not how oft. Where be your jibes now? Your gambols, your songs, your flashes of merriment that were wont to set the table on a roar? Not one now to mock your own grinning? Quite chopfallen. But soft, here comes the king.
Enter priest in procession, the corpse of Ophelia, Laertes and mourners follow. King Claudius, Queen Gertrude.
What ceremony else?
No reply.
What ceremony else?
Her obsequies have been as far enlarged as we have warranties. Her death was doubtful, and with that great command or sways the order, she should in ground unsanctified have lodged till the last trumpet. For charitable prayers, shards, flints, and pebbles should be thrown on her. Yet here she is allowed her virgin rites, her maiden instruments, and the bringing home of bell and burial.
Must there no more be done?
No more be done. We should profane the service of the dead to sing a requiem, and such rest to her as to peace parted souls.
Lay her in the earth, and from her fair and unpolluted flesh may violets spring. I tell thee, cheerless priest, our ministering angel shall my sister be when thou liest howling.
Sweets to the sweet, farewell. I hoped thou should hast been my Hamlet's wife. I thought thy bride bed to have decked, sweet maid, and not have strewed thy grave.
Oh, treble woe, fall 10 times treble on that cursed head, whose wicked deed thy most ingenious sense deprived thee of. Hold off the earth for a while till I've caught her once more in mine arms.
Leaps into grave.
Now, pile your dust upon the quick and the dead, till of this flat of mountain you have made atop the old Perion of the skylish head of old blue Olympus.
Enter Hamlet.
What is he, whose grief bears such an emphasis, whose phrase of sorrow conjures the wandering stars and makes them stand like wounded wonder-bearers? This is I, Hamlet the Dane.
The devil take thy soul.
Grappling
Thou
with him.
prayest not well. I prithee, take thy fingers from my throat.
Pluck them asunder.
Hamlet! Hamlet!
Gentlemen,
The attendants part them, and they come out of the grave.
I loved Ophelia. 40,000 brothers could not, with all their quantity of love, make up my sum. What wilt thou do for her?
oh, he is mad, Laertes.
For the love of God, forbear him.
Swoon, show me what thou'll do. Would weep, would fight, would fast, would tear thyself. Thou dost come here to whine, to outface me with leaping in her grave, be buried quick with her, and so will I.
This is mere madness.
Hear you, sir. What is the reason you use me thus? I loved you ever, but it is no matter. Let Hercules himself do what he may, the cat will mew and dog will have his day.
Exit. Scene 16. A hall in the castle. Enter Osric to serve an edict to Horatio and Hamlet.
The king, sir, hath wagered with him 6 Barbary horses, against the which he has imponed, as I take it, 6 French rapiers and poniards with their assigns, as girdle, hangers, and so. 3 of the carriages, in faith, are very dear to fancy, very responsive to the hilts.
What call you? The carriages?
The carriages, sir, are the hangers.
6 Barbary horses against 6 French swords, their assigns, their liberal conceited carriages. That's the French bet against the Danish. Why is this imponed, as you call it?
The king, sir, hath laid that in a dozen passes between yourself and him, he shall not exceed you 3 hits. He hath laid on 12 for 9, and it would come to immediate trial if your lordship would vouchsafe the answer.
How if I answer no?
I mean, my lord, the opposition of your person in trial.
Sir, I will walk here in the hall. If it please his majesty, 'tis the breathing time of day with me. Let the foils be brought. The gentleman willing, and the king holds his purpose, I will win for him, and I can. If not, I will gain nothing but my shame and the odd hits.
Exit Osric.
You will lose this wager, my lord.
I do not think so. Since he went to France, I have been in continual practice. I will win at the odds, but thou wouldst not think how ill all's here about my heart. But it is no matter.
If your mind is like anything, obey it. I will forestall their repair hither, and say you are not fit.
Oh, not a whit. We defy augury. There's a special providence in the fall of a sparrow. If it be now, 'tis not to come. If it be not to come, it will be now. If it be not now yet, it will come. The readiness is all.
Enter King, Queen, Laertes, Osric, lords, and attendants with foils.
Come, Hamlet, come, and take this hand from me.
The king puts Laertes' hands into Hamlet.
Give me your pardon, sir. I have done you wrong. But pardoned as you are a gentleman, let my disclaiming from a purposed evil free me so far in your most generous thoughts that I have shot my hour o'er the house and hurt my brother.
I am satisfied in nature. I do receive your offer, love like love, and will not wrong it.
I embrace it freely, and will this brother's wager frankly play. Give us the foils, come on.
Come, one for me.
I'll be a foil, Laertes. In mine ignorance, your skill shall, like a star in darkest night, stick fiery off indeed.
You mock me, sir.
No, by this hand.
Give them the foils. Hamlet, you know the wager?
Very well, my lord. Your grace has laid the odds on the weaker side.
Too heavy. Let me see another.
This likes me well. These foils have a length?
Aye, my good lord.
They prepare to play.
Set me the stoops of wine upon the table. Now the king drinks to Hamlet. Come, begin. And you, the judges, bear a wary eye.
Come on, sir.
Come, my lord.
1!
No!
Judgment!
A hit. A very palpable hit.
Well, again.
Stay, give me a drink. Hamlet, this pearl is thine. Here's to thy health. Give him the cup.
I'll play this bout first. Set it by a while. Come! Another hit! What say you?
Touch, I do confess.
Our son shall win.
He's fat and scant of breath. Here, Hamlet, take my napkin, rub thy brows. The queen carouses to thy fortune, Hamlet.
Good madam.
Gertrude, do not drink.
I will, my lord. I pray you pardon me.
It is
Aside.
the poisoned cup. It is too late.
Madam, I dare not drink yet, madam. By and by.
Come, let me wipe thy face.
Lord, hidden now.
I do not think it.
Come for the third, Laertes. You but dally. I pray you, pass with your best violence. I am afeard you make a wanton of me.
Say you so. Come on! How about you now?
Laertes wounds Hamlet. Then, in scuffling, they change rapiers, and Hamlet wounds Laertes.
Heart them. They are incensed.
Nay, come again!
The queen falls.
Look, to the queen there, ho!
They bleed on both sides. How is it, my lord?
How is it, Laertes?
Why has the wood cut to my own spinge, Osric? I am just killed with mine own treachery.
How does the queen?
She swoons to see them bleed.
No, no, the drink. Oh, my dear Hamlet, the drink. I poisoned you.
Oh, villainy! Oh, let the doors be locked! Treachery! Seek it out!
Laertes falls.
It is here, Hamlet. Thou art slain. No medicine in the world can do thee good. In thee, there is not a half an hour of life. The treacherous instrument is in thy hand, unbaited and envenomed. The foul practice hath turned itself on me. Oh, here I lie, never to rise again. Thy mother's poisoned. I can no more. The king's to blame.
The point. Envenomed too. Then venom to thy work!
Stabs the king.
Treason! Treason!
Oh, yet defend me, friends! I am but hurt!
Here, thou incestuous, murderous, damned Dane, drink of this poison. Is the union here? Follow my mother.
King dies.
He is justly served. It is a poison tempted by himself. Exchange forgiveness with me, noble Hamlet. Mine and my father's death come not upon thee, nor thine on me.
Dies.
Heaven make thee free of it. I follow thee. I am dead, Horatio. Oh, wretched queen. Adieu. And you that look pale and tremble on this chance, there are but mutes or audience to this act. Had I but time, as this fell Sergeant Death is strict in his arrest, oh, I could tell you, but let it be. Horatio, I am dead, thou livest. Report me and my cause aright to the unsatisfied.
Never believe it. I am more an antique Roman than a Dane. Here, yet some liquor left.
As thou art a man, give me the cup, let it go! By heaven, I'll have to. Oh, good Horatio, what a wounded name. Things standing thus unknown shall live behind me. If thou ever didst hold me in thy heart, absent thee from felicity a while, and in this harsh world draw thy breath in pain to tell my story. Oh, I die, Horatio. The potent poison quite o'ercrows my spirit. The rest is silence.
Dies.
Now cracks a noble heart. Good night, sweet prince, and flights of angels sing thee to thy rest.
Scene.
Yay!